Television. Oracle Television.
I'll be sharing with you the true story of Eze Ego of Ihiala, the first Nigerian youngest billionaire. Eze Ego, or King of Money, was a Nigerian young billionaire in the 90s who built an underground mansion with bulletproof glasses and drove expensive sports cars such as Porsche and Ferraris. But he died mysteriously on his birthday on the 25th December 1999. There have been speculations and different schools of thought about his mysterious death and his true source of wealth. Some said he's made his money while making a pact with the presiding deity of the ancestral and famous Okija shrine for immense wealth for exchange of short life. The second school of thought says he acquired his wealth by scam, known back then as 419 or now as Yahoo Yahoo. While the third school of thought says he was a legit businessman who sold electronics in Lagos and later expanded all over Nigeria. Today we'll be going deep to reveal his true source of wealth. We'll also be discussing his early life story, his family, his abandoned underground mansion with bulletproof glasses, his expensive sports cars,
his buildings. Eze Ego, King of Money, his house before he died.
Chief Victor Nnamdi Okafor, who is popularly known as Eze Ego I of Ihiala, aka the King of Money. He was a young billionaire whose name commanded respect in the entire southeastern Nigeria. He was born on Christmas Day on the 25th December 1964 in his hometown in Uzuakwa in Ihiala, Anambra State, Nigeria. He attended Uzuakwa Primary School and later proceeded to Abbott Boys Secondary School there in Ihiala. But Eze Ego came from a very poor family, so he eventually dropped out because his father could not pay his school fees. That was when the whole thing started. Like they say, an idle man is a devil's workshop. Eze Ego joined a robbery gang that terrified Onitsha traders until that fateful day during an operation. They had an encounter with the Nigerian police force, which some of his members were killed and some captured. But Eze Ego managed to escape, and that led to his father disowning him. He had to flee to his mother's village in Umuduru. There he stayed with his grandmother, but things wasn't easy for him. There he decided to go to Lagos in search of greener pastures through the help of a friend. Now, this is where things got interesting, grey and mysterious. After staying in Lagos for a while, nothing seemed to happen. Then, all of a sudden, the name Eze Ego started spreading like wildfire all over Nigeria. As it appears, he's already a multi-millionaire and a very important person in the society. He started building houses all over Nigeria. He built the famous Eze Ego Shopping Plaza in Allen Avenue in Lagos, with a branch of Eze Ego Plaza in Murtala Muhammed Road, operated one of the biggest electronics shops in Nigeria, with a lot of other businesses such as real estate, importation of electronics, and many more. Eze Ego owned a lot of mansions, estates, plazas all over Nigeria and overseas, but the most stunning and sophisticated one was his bulletproof underground mansion in his hometown in Ihiala. This mansion was reportedly worth 500 million naira, and remember, this was in the 1990s. It was said that all the marbles used in building this mansion was all imported from Italy. Likewise, the bulletproof glasses and the contractors and engineers that fixed it all came from Italy to his village to personally fix it themselves. This shows how immensely rich was Eze Ego. And remember, this was in the 1990s for a young man in his early 30s.
Go. King of Money, his house before he died. This is the Obi of Eze Ego before he died. See Eze Ego. This is Eze Ego of Igbo before he died. Eze Ego, how I wish you were to be alive. It would have been a blessing to us. This is his palace. Eze Ego of Ihiala. Eze Ego ndị Igbo. His buildings.
Boy, Eze Ego.
Eze Ego. Kebe yiniria, kebe niria.
Underground.
Okay, this is where Eze Ego was buried. This is underground.
Flash.
This is where Eze Ego was buried. Underground. This is his swimming pool where he used to come and relax himself before he died. This is the uncompleted building in his house. This is the house he was.
Apart from that, Eze Ego was obsessed with cars. He loved expensive and luxurious sport cars. He had one of the largest private garages in Africa. His cars alone were valued around 1 billion naira. He had 2 Porsche, 1 Ferrari, a sedan Lincoln Continental Mark 8, a Mercedes-Benz convertible, a Cherokee Jeep, Lexus, and many more. He moves in his convoy with his expensive cars all lined up. Eze Ego's life was a very mysterious and controversial one. His death was even more so. He died on the 25th December 1999 on his birthday at the age of just 34. Eze Ego's birthday was on the 25th December. It was his usual tradition to storm Ihiala, his hometown, every Christmas for the festive period, with his kinsmen and women in Ihiala eagerly waiting for him for his annual homecoming, which meant a lot of goodies for everyone. Like it was said, Eze Ego was a very generous man. On that fateful day, Eze Ego and every one of his family and friends were in high spirits and plans was fully made for the trip back home. But little did he know, he was unconsciously planning for his own funeral. On that fateful day, Eze Ego left Lagos heading to Ihiala in Anambra State. He took off in stunning style with his convoy of 6 of his finest cars, which included a Lincoln Navigator 1999 model, a limousine, a Porsche, a Lexus Jeep, a Cherokee Jeep, a Honda Accord, and a Ferrari. The interesting thing about this trip was that Eze Ego would normally fly to either Enugu or Port Harcourt. There his convoy will be already waiting for him. From there he will move to his hometown in Ihiala. However, the fatal rate of crashes during that period made him change his mind and decided to drive all the way from Lagos to Ihiala. But the outcome of that decision would be disastrous for him. Another mysterious thing about Eze Ego trip was that he decided to drive himself on the Lexus Jeep and refused to carry anyone. His family was on the limousine as they set out for Ihiala, but somewhere along Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, one of his cars, the Cherokee Jeep, became faulty. But Eze Ego was in a hurry. He could not entertain the idea of missing his schedule of arriving on time in his hometown in Ihiala, so he decided to keep managing the Jeep. But as they got to Asaba in Delta State, the car completely broke down. You know how Nigerian roads are. He didn't want to leave his expensive car in the middle of nowhere in Asaba at the mercy of robbers, so he decided to tow the car with his Lexus Jeep he was driving, and they continued that journey until that fateful moment when he reached a spot between Okija, Bayonnecha, and Owerri Expressway. At that point, they were just 2 kilometers away from Ihiala, his hometown. That was when the unexpected happened. Eze Ego was reportedly ran into a pothole while going down a valley, and he matched the brakes in force. The driver in the Cherokee Jeep that was being towed by Eze Ego's Lexus was caught unaware by the sudden stop. He jammed Eze Ego's Lexus from behind. That chain that was used to tow the car cut off, and Eze Ego tumbled down the ditch by the roadside. But he was rescued and was rushed to the hospital. But he was already bleeding seriously and his face damaged, but the doctors was not even available to attend to him at that emergency moment. So his family had to decide to rush him to Port Harcourt for a better treatment, but he died along the way. The true source of Eze Ego's wealth is unknown, but there are three different schools of thought and stories in regards to Eze Ego's wealth. Number one says, some said that Eze Ego was a legit businessman who sold electronics. Yes, Eze Ego sold electronics, but where did he get the capital to start up the business and expand and acquire such immense wealth? It does not really make sense because it does not really portray how he really acquired his wealth. Now, the second theory says Eze Ego made a pact with the presiding deity of the famous Okija shrine for wealth in exchange for short life. Now that brings to the question, do the ancestral Okija shrine give wealth? To the best of my findings and understanding that I've heard about Okija shrine, the shrine does not give wealth. The shrine is a shrine of justice. It's where you come to get justice for any wrong that has been done to you. If you go there and summon the person you felt like did wrong to you, and the shrine will summon that person. If that person refuses to come or is found guilty, the shrine will kill the person. So the famous Okija shrine does not do ritual and it does not give wealth. It is just a shrine for justice.
As you can see, this is the forest of Okija shrine, but this is not the Ofo. This Okija shrine gets Ofo, but this Okija shrine is where we keep the dead bodies, the people that the shrine killed. So anybody that maybe that do something that is bad to somebody and they summon the person to the Okija shrine court and they refuse to come, the shrine will kill the person. And any person that do something bad or own anybody and does not want to pay, the shrine will kill the person if they invite you and you refuse to come. So this is a free way out for business for anybody. Okija shrine is for everybody.
Okay, sir, please let me ask you, you are trying to say Okija shrine is a place where an individual can seek justice.
Justice.
If the federal government court did not give that person justice,
you can come here and seek the normal justice.
And this Okija shrine, it is free and fair justice.
Justice. There is nothing more.
Free and fair justice.
It doesn't cost money.
So this place is not an evil shrine like people do talk.
No.
Okay, thank you very much. I am very.
Now the last theory says that Eze Ego was a fraudster, popularly known back then as 419 or now as Yahoo Yahoo. He duped foreigners and used the money to open electronic shops and plazas. Personally, I think this sounds a little bit realistic than other theories, but like they said, the life of Eze Ego of Ihiala still remains a mystery. Eze Ego was married to Loretta Nkechi, a princess from Akata in Imo State, and their union was blessed with 8 beautiful children, and they are all grown up now. The life of Eze Ego of Ihiala still remains a mystery, and like they say, life is vanity upon vanity. His bulletproof underground mansion has been abandoned for years. Likewise, his outdated sport cars now also abandoned. Time passes, people die. Only names, records, and good deeds are remembered. 22 years now since the death of Eze Ego of Ihiala, but his name still remains. The story of Eze Ego of Ihiala, the king of money, will always be remembered. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Drop your comment below on what you think about Eze Ego.